The websites are being captured as part of an enforcement action by the FBI, U.S. Postal Inspection Service and the Internal Revenue Service, according to a notice that appeared Friday afternoon on Backpage.com. Federal law enforcement authorities have been in the process of seizing Backpage.com and its affiliated websites.
The notice didn't characterize or provide any details on the nature of the enforcement action.
Representative Blake Farenthold, the Texas Republican accused of sexual harassment in a suit that led to an $84,000 taxpayer settlement to a former aide, resigned Friday after insisting for months that he would serve out his current term in Congress.
Farenthold's decision was announced shortly before it became official, on the final day of the two-week congressional spring break.
While I planned on serving out the remainder of my term in Congress, I know in my heart it's time for me to move along and look for new ways to serve, the Corpus Christi representative wrote.
Once again, President Trump has talked about rapists in Mexico, and left consternation and confusion in his wake.
The White House said Friday that it would move on with a plan to use 2,000 to 4,000 National Guard troops to patrol the southwestern border, whether or not California chooses to go along.
As Environmental Protection Agency Chief Scott Pruitt finds himself consumed by scandal and speculation grows that his days in the cabinet are numbered, President Trump signaled he plans to keep Pruitt around.
It has been a tough week for Pruitt. The EPA chief is under fire for accepting housing from the wife of a top energy lobbyist at far below market rates, giving immense pay raises to a pair of aides against the instructions of the White House, and flying first class around the country and the world at taxpayer expense. His reported taste for sirens and flashing lights, bulletproof cars and soundproof phone booths has also invited ridicule from critics.
But Trump is giving no signal he is prepared to part ways with Pruitt. As is his custom, the president is blaming the media for Pruitt's troubles. On Friday morning, he took aim at news reports that Trump was contemplating naming Pruitt as Attorney General.
Mnuchin criticized the Russian government for engaging in a range of malign activity around the globe, including continuing to occupy Crimea and instigate violence in eastern Ukraine, supplying the Assad regime with material and weaponry as they bomb their own civilians, attempting to subvert Western democracies, and malicious cyber activities. Peña Nieto spoke one day after Trump, citing rising crime in Mexico, signed an order to deploy National Guard troops to the southern border. Also this week, Trump has threatened to pull out of the North American Free Trade Agreement if Mexico doesn't do more to stop immigrants from reaching the United States.